Alrighty, guys, welcome back to the channel for another week of tipping. Round 7 is just done, Bill. Round 8's upon us.
Yes.
We'll talk about tipping comp, yeah.
You wanna
have a conversation?
David and Siler continue to lead from the front.
This top 3 hasn't changed for a couple of weeks now, yeah?
Yeah, flying. They're flying. I've dropped from 19th to 30th after a week. I tipped Essendon and North. So
I don't even know where I am. I haven't moved, barely moved since I've been sitting at 18th.
Very nice. So you're on 47, I'm on 43. So very, very close up
Ain't
top.
a big difference between the top of the table and halfway through the table.
Yeah,
almost.
it's pretty good. So
It's like 2 points of difference?
yeah, so
Absolutely.
very, very close. Anyways, let's get underway. Thursday night, Hawthorn. Let's start again. Thursday night, Collingwood, Hawthorn,
Yes.
MCG.
Yes, sir.
Who are we tipping? I'll kickstart us off.
Go ahead.
And I'm going to kickstart us off by saying I'm tipping my team.
Did you say your team?
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here.
I know it's late at night.
I've lost my
But
mind.
damn,
But
your team,
I'm loving
the
Hawks
team
at
that
the
you've been
moment.
not hating on this year. Yeah.
I'm loving the Hawks at the moment.
Let's put
They
it
are
that
my
way.
team at the moment.
Okay.
Forget it. I'm loving the Hawks.
Talk to
Hawthorn
me.
for me. They're going to get up. They just started everywhere. They're cruising. They've got different gears. Gunston's on fire. Jack Ginnivan against his old mob is going to show
That's
up.
another guy I
Yeah.
like you want to quickly mention. Jack Gunston kicked 5 on the weekend.
He did. He killed it.
Is this Jack Gunston of 2026
Nah,
or 2016?
The last 2 seasons, that man has been incredible.
It's not just
I'm
We
in
spoke
love
about
with his
Pendlebury.
footy at the moment.
on the episode. We spoke about Neil on the episode. This guy was the third guy I want to
deserves
talk
it.
about. Jack Gunston has been on something else this year.
Incredible.
He's what, 6 weeks in? He's kicked a bag of 4 or 5,
Yeah,
2 or 3 of those
every
weeks now. So yes, Jack Gunston and co, especially that forward line, have been on fire. They get Sicily and Dylan Moore back as well from suspension.
Wow.
Low-key, I thought Gold Coast might have stood a chance when those 2 got suspended and got sent out of the team, but
After what
Clearly
they
it
did to
doesn't
Gold
phase.
Coast, Hawthorn are going to wipe the floor with Collingwood.
okay, I don't know about all that, buddy. I don't know about all that. But so you're tipping Hawthorn?
Yeah, by 6 goals.
Whoa, okay. Unfortunately, I'm tipping Hawthorn too. I don't know why. I don't think it'll be a bad game. I know this is our voodoo team, unfortunately,
Yeah.
Hawthorn. We haven't been able to, I don't know, for as long as I've known Collingwood and supported Collingwood, from whatever age I was to now, I have not ever remembered being, unless they were dog shit, I don't
Yeah.
ever remember going into this game confident that we're going to beat them. Even when we were good, there were times they beat us. So, unfortunately, I'm going to be a realist and say Hawthorn are going to win this game on Thursday night. Friday night,
Who's playing on Friday night? Tell us.
it's the team whose season's over versus the contending Freo Dockers. The team whose season's over is the Western Bulldogs. I'm going to start just giving these teams random names from this point forward.
Do it.
Dockers are going to win that game. It's at Marvel, but I think Dockers are going to win that game.
Anytime Freo play away, you sort of always think twice. But this Freo
What
team...
are you trying to say?
No, I'm not saying anything. I still tip Freo, but I don't know. If you're tipping the Dogs, it's one of those games where back's against the wall. They're under a little bit of pressure. It's a game they need to win. But, you've got a tall forward line of Tracy, Amos, Voss will be back.
Yes.
Against a non-functional Bulldogs forward line defense
And a
at the moment.
non-existent. Not even functional.
So the Dogs are in trouble. Even their Freo midfield is star-studded against a
Shy
Dogs
Bolton,
midfield that's struggling.
Pop.
He kicked 4 against Carlton. We didn't even mention the Carlton game in there. I guess it was one of those. But speaking of Freo, he kicked 4. Shy Bolton showed. I think he kicked 2 or 3
2, had 30
in the last
something,
quarter. Yeah,
had
he won the best on ground.
about 10 tackles. Yeah, he had
Best
a
on
field
ground.
day.
He absolutely had a kill. He tore up Cripps in that last quarter, and it was the difference in the end. So
Between him, Sarong, Brayshaw,
incredible. So
and Luke Jackson, who's playing like
Luke
he's
Jackson is a freak, man.
I don't know what he's
I don't
on.
watch too many Freo games, but that guy's a star. And what he did, he was winning it out of the ruck, and he just followed up on the ground ball and became a full-time mid.
Can I do a drive-by?
Yeah, hit.
Luke Jackson is what St Kilda hoped and wished Tom De Koning would have been.
Absolutely. That guy's incredible.
So Freo for you?
Freo for me.
Freo for me too. And we've talked about this a lot, but the Doggies' non-existent defence, it was exposed even more on the weekend when they played Sydney
How many
last
did Kerno
week.
kick? 7?
Kerno kicked 7-2. and Amadi kicked, I think it was 3 or 4.
Incredible.
So Brute Khamis cannot play
Yeah.
one-on-one against anybody, I'm so sorry to say.
Mm.
Don't get me wrong, he's a great player. He can play very well coming off opponents being the interceptor, but he cannot play one-on-one.
The third man.
He's the third man. He has to take the least important forward, or else they're going to struggle, and they're already struggling with the lack of defenders and the defense they have. So Dockers, double header on Friday, and I think this is the most disrespectful shit that the AFL
Am I
could
looking
have
at the Showdown? I
Yep.
can't really see.
Yes, it is the Showdown.
No.
It is the Showdown because if you look at the games on Saturday that are being played, we'll get to that in a second. The Showdown.
That's Showdowns on Friday night, and it's a double header.
A double header with a game that's being played at Marvel. That is the most disrespectful shit I've seen.
Same time?
The half an hour apart.
Shit. Yeah. So Adelaide, Port Adelaide, Adelaide Oval. I think the Port are in good form.
You read my mind.
Yeah, Port are in good form, man. Look, ex-Carlton player Corey Durden is doing well over there.
Yes, he
He's
is.
kicking multiple goals across every week, so he's doing really well. We talked about their mids earlier in the episode, so in our actual episode,
yep,
Jason Horton-Francis is doing well, Butters. So yeah, I don't mind Port. I sniff an upset. I know the Crows are sort of the bigger team. They're the big brother in South Australia, the Crows.
Yes, they are.
But you know what? I'm gonna tip Port Adelaide. Whether I do that in my tipping, I don't know, but I'm tipping them now. I need an upset.
I just reminded me something when you said you tipped them. Anyway. I think Adelaide have been rubbish this year, and I said this, like you said, in the episode this week. I'm in two minds. Low-key, I feel like Adelaide might actually bounce back and play well because it's a Showdown and actually deliver. And part of me is also telling me that Port might just cause an upset for the way they played the last 2 weeks. But I don't know if this is a 2 weeks, the way Essendon played their 2 weeks and everybody thought they were back, or if this is a 2 weeks where the Port are actually serious about things and they could actually show up to play this game. So,
who are you tipping?
In saying that, and just to make things interesting, I'm tipping Adelaide.
The Crows.
I'm tipping the Crows.
I'm going to stick to mine.
They need to do something. If there's a game that they can turn their season around from, it's this. They're sitting 13th at the moment. Port are sitting 11th.
Yeah, it's a big game.
And everybody thought Adelaide would be doing much better than that right now.
Yeah, it's a good shout.
Adelaide for me.
Crows. I'm sticking to Port. Big game.
Speaking of Saturday, there is 4 absolutely dog shit rubbish games happening on Saturday, respectfully.
What's the first one?
The first one of them is Essendon and Brisbane at Marvel at 12:35 p.m., which is another unusual game.
Brisbane are going to have a field day.
Yeah, they are.
They love playing at Marvel, Brisbane.
The odds are $1.11 to $6.70.
Shit.
So
Brisbane love playing at Marvel. They got a good track record there.
Brisbane love playing in Melbourne. Period.
Their team is clicking and it's beautiful to watch. I'm just gonna watch and indulge Brisbane that Saturday game.
Low key, I might go to that game with a couple of friends.
Yeah, I want to indulge that one.
It's genuinely. Don't get me wrong. Watching Essendon
like
after last week.
Sounds like a delicious meal. A delicious.
You're not wrong.
Wow.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Essendon have been. They've had 2.5 good games this whole year, and Essendon supporters last week were going into that Anzac Day game thinking they were gonna. I don't know what they thought was gonna happen. I'll be honest with you.
Anzac Day broke Essendon.
Well, they. I can't speak for Essendon, the team and the players. The fans went into their game thinking they were about to turn the world on its head.
No, it didn't happen.
And the world turned on their heads. So Brisbane.
Yeah, Brisbane for me. Essendon
I agree. The next game at Optus Stadium on Saturday afternoon is a twilight game. West Coast versus Richmond.
It's not a bad game, actually. I know it's actually not a bad game. Two teams struggling, different reasons. One due to injury, one due to form. It is at Optus Oval, if my eyes don't deceive me. So
yep.
The Eagles at home, you know what? I'm going to tip the Eagles at home. They haven't been too bad. Yeah. They've won a couple of games at home. So I'm going to tip the Eagles. And Richmond, they've got a lot of injury. And they're a young, rebuilding team. Yep. Have they won a game, Richmond? Nope. I don't know. They haven't won a game. And this is one they could win, but I don't think they will. So
it's not even that I don't think they'll win it. I just think West Coast, after getting plastered by 101 points,
I hope
they'll have to bounce back at home.
Yeah, Andrew McQualter really.
Speaking of West Coast and them getting plastered, I saw some vision that I think even Andrew McQualter himself would have had problems with. Senior players not taking shit seriously. Elliot Yeo marked the ball. I think it was quarter into the game or halfway through the first quarter, something. They hadn't kicked the goal to that point. It was 3 behind.
It's a non-issue.
And he marked the ball, and instead of going back and taking a routine set shot, drop punting it from 25 or 30 meters out, he decided to kick it around the ball.
Non-issue, because players do that 9 times out of 10, 10 times a game.
The Bill said, "I don't want to hear shit."
No. I'm not saying that. Oh, that's mean. I'm not mean. But look, you know why it's a non-issue? Because he would kick that 9 out of 10 times.
So it just happened to be the one time.
The one time, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Anyways, I agree with you. I think West Coast should win
Eagles.
this game and bounce back Sunday after. Well, there's 2 twilight games on Saturday.
What's the second one? Is it
Geelong versus North in Geelong. So there's 2 games being played at the same time on opposite ends of the country.
Fair enough, man. Damn.
What happened to? You know what I see here? The issue for me. So the Brisbane game's happening at 12 o'clock, which normally would happen at 1:10 or 1:15. And then there would be one game between that, which is a twilight game. Is there because there's only 2 games on Sunday?
No, it's because there's 2 games at Marvel, so they need to bring that one earlier.
Brother, that's not my concern. I'm saying, why is there only 2 games on Sunday? There's normally 3 games on Sunday.
Because there's 2 games on Friday.
And that's my point, and that's the problem I have. One of those Saturday games could have been taken to Sunday, and they could have given the Showdown the respect it deserves and played it on a Saturday.
I agree with that. Showdown deserves a standalone night. I don't know why there's a doubleheader on a Showdown.
On a Showdown.
It happens every year, though, and that pisses me off, too.
There's no reason why they should.
Showdown.
Anyway, so Geelong North is the other twilight game on Saturday afternoon.
Yep.
In Geelong. I'm not even going to waste time. Geelong are going to win this game.
Geelong comfortably. North looked good against GWS, so
they did.
I hope they put up another fight.
The GWS have also been dog shit this year. So
Geelong.
And Saturday night,
Carlton, St Kilda. You don't want to be anywhere else on Saturday night.
I definitely do.
You want to be on your couch or at Marvel Stadium. Take your pick. This is a bit of a rivalry. You're talking about the ex-Carlton traitors, Jack Silvani, Tom De Koning.
Oh.
There's even I don't want to call him a traitor.
What traitors are you talking about?
There's also another player. I don't know if you know him. His name's Jack Carroll.
Yes.
Was on Carlton's list, delisted, and then you get St Kilda.
Okay, you guys got
You're
really
even I'm not calling him as traitor. Liam Stocker's another one as well.
You're
so
right.
I don't know. There's a bit of feeling in this game.
Did Sauce himself have anything to do with Carlton at any point?
Yes. All 4 of them are Sauce's boys, funnily enough. One of them actually Sauce's boys, but the other 3 he recruited.
Did Sauce have some sort of admin role at Carlton before he moved to St Kilda?
He was a recruiting manager.
Okay.
He was head of recruitment. So he traded up to
St
recruit.
Kilda literally wiped Carlton.
He traded up to recruit Stocker.
Yep.
He brought in Carroll, brought in Silvani.
Yep.
He had nothing to do with Silvani, but he was at Carlton at the time.
Yeah.
And to De Koning he drafted. He made so.
Fair enough.
It is a bit of a rivalry. I'm going to tip St Kilda. I think I'm going to be serious about my tipping and not going to do the tips is just injustice. The Saints have firepower all over the park.
You're actually going to piss me off.
Nah.
How every week that you've tipped that Carlton are playing, you don't think they're winning, that you've tipped the other team. The one week you guys played us, you thought you were going to beat it. I don't even know if you thought you were going to beat us or you just wanted to talk shit.
Tipping.
No. You said that you tipped verbally. You tipped Carlton.
Yeah.
But on paper, you actually forgot to.
So
anyways.
I would have tipped Carlton
St Kilda.
on paper. The Saints, I think you win by 101 points. You got stars all over the ground.
You
Carlton don't have any weapons. I don't think they have the capability to go with the Saints.
Fair enough. Whether they were playing St Kilda or not, I would have tipped the other team. St Kilda. Because I vowed not to tip Carlton after what they did against North, and I don't remember who else it was. Melbourne in back-to-back weeks. St Kilda for me too. I think they should get over the line comfy against you guys. Sunday afternoon, 3:15, Sydney versus Melbourne at DSCG.
Good game. This is actually a good game.
We're
really going to find out a lot about Melbourne this week. Yeah,
I agree.
But they have been playing footy. You know what? They've been playing the type of footy that can take on Sydney. Because Sydney plays that fast, offensive, take the game on footy.
Yeah.
And guess what? Melbourne does exactly the same thing.
So you're fighting fire with fire.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting.
And Melbourne does a good job at fighting fire with fire. Fire with fire.
I'm tipping Sydney for this game.
I will tip Sydney but I do like Melbourne for anyone else. I think they play the type of footy that can take on Sydney, and I think they have the defensive weapons to stop Sydney as well. So
Okay, fair enough.
tip Sydney, but feel free to tip Melbourne as well.
And the last game of the round is the two newest expansion teams, which they're not new now, but
Suns
and Gold Coast and GWS.
I'll keep this one really short, really sweet. I like the Suns at home. Anytime the Suns are at home, I'm always tipping the Suns at home.
Yeah.
The Giants played themselves back into form, but they did get lucky against North. So not sold on the Giants.
Yeah.
But I like the Suns. What's your tip for this game?
My tip for this game will have to be the Gold Coast Suns, to be honest, at People's First Stadium.
Yeah, fair enough.
After the rubbish they dished up against against Hawthorn last week, I think they have to win this game against GWS. Don't get me wrong, GWS have to win this game too. But if I'm tipping Gold Coast to get over the line at home and yourself.
Yeah, the Suns for me.
Absolutely.
They'll do this comfortably.
And that does it for this week's
wraps
tips.
Us up, yeah.
Round 8. Tune into the footy, everybody. Join the
tipping competition. Join the tipping competition. Lots of vibes.
Absolutely.
Plenty more to come.
And we'll wrap it up there, and we'll see you guys next week.